1947, in an undisclosed location high up in the Alps. Roberta Wells and her crew have been making their way up this mountainside, fighting Axis forces for weeks. Their goal, to reach the entrance of a mysterious secret underground research facility, long since forgotten, but found by the Axis forces recently.
We must slow the Americans down at all costs. Must prepare for the rocket launch. You up there. There's too many of them, sir. The Americans, they're coming. Well, don't just stand there, damn it. Do something.
Up above. Take that, you son of a bitch.
All right, damn it. Keep moving. Let's go. Keep your heads down. Work your way up to the entrance. Jerry, no! Grab my hand, Jerry! Hold on! Tell my wife I love her. Ah! Quickly, back into the bunker. We must hold them off for as long as we can. We got a man down! We need a medic up here, damn it! We must tell Lil Peacock that they are coming. Quickly, let's go.
Captain, what's taking so long? We don't have all day.
You heard her, damn it! Keep moving!
It seems like we found what we're looking for, Captain. Miss Wells, again, we don't know what sort of forces they have inside. You and your men can stay outside. Nothing's stopping me from seeing what sort of rift technology they have inside. All right, Miss Wells. Wherever you go, we go. Hey, how's it going? Mike from Mike Rolls Dice, and today we have another battle report of Konflikt 47. Today I'm unveiling my new Axis army with Lil Peacock as Heinrich Gross, with Roberta Wells trying to break her way into this underground Axis research facility and figure out what sort of rift technology they have at their disposal. Real quick before we get started, I want to give a shout out to all the folks who've been watching the channel here and all of our new YouTube members. Without the support, I couldn't do it. It means a lot, so thank you so much to everybody that's been supporting the channel here. Now with that out of the way, let's get into the army lists. Starting off, we have just around 750 points of US forces here, and all of the units are deployed on the board. Starting off with a Paragon squad, and the Paragons are equipped with assault rifles and close combat weapons. Next up, we have Roberta Wells, and she's actually riding in a half-track. She has her ability to where she can change an enemy rift die, which will possibly come in handy later. Then we have a regular platoon commander with 3 extra troops equipped with SMGs.
Alright, men. You know how this goes. Keep your head down and send some lead down range.
Then we have 2 12-man squads of regular infantry equipped with rifles.
For Super FDR!
As well as a medic equipped with an extra bodyguard. Last but not least, we have 1 more Paragon squad, with the Paragons being forward deployed using Infiltrator. And that's the US Army list. Now moving on to the Axis. So next up, we have Lil Peacock's forces here. Starting off, we have a Nachtjäger squad. 2 Nachtjägers in each squad. Then we have a 6-man Volksgrenadier squad equipped with rifles that are deployed up on the roof there. Next up, we have Heinrich Gross, which is better known as Lil Peacock around here, and he has his emu bodyguards. He has 4 bodyguards, including the medic, and one of the bodyguards has the sniper upgrade.
Yes, my emus. Prepare for battle.
Then we have a platoon commander with 3 extra dudes and SMGs.
These stupid Americans must be stopped at all costs.
Then we have two 8-man Volksgrenadier squads, and there's one LMG and a loader in each squad.
For Little Peacock! Yeah!
Last but not least, we have one more Nachtjäger squad deployed on the far edge of the board. Today's mission is both armies need to ascend the stairs here and work their way across the scaffolding or platform up to the main launch pad station. So both forces are trying to control the computer station at the top there, and at the end of the game, whichever side is controlling the computer station or the objective will win the game. So Roberta Wells and her crew are trying to stop Little Peacock and the Axis forces, as well as try and uncover any rift technology that's down here that could be used in their war effort. So all the forces are deployed on the board. With that out of the way, we're going to get started off with the game. Let's start of turn 1. Start of turn 1 here, and the Paragons, knowing their mission forward deployed, they are just running, and they are making their way up the stairs here and getting onto the platform.
Alright, man, we got a mission to do. Let's move it. We can't let Miss Wells down. She needs us.
Volksgrenadiers are up now, and they're going to be advancing forward, moving 6 inches. They're going to be firing their rifles and their LMG at the Paragons up on the platform.
There they are! Forward! Open fire!
Missing most of their shots with the LMGs, but getting a hit with the rifles, but not getting any 6s for the Paragons. So now the other Volksgrenadier squad that was deployed up in the center is going to be activating, advancing as well, and moving towards the stairway, taking aim at the Paragons up above them. Now, even with the cover save, losing one of the Paragons. With 2 lucky damage rolls from the rifle shots, they actually managed to take out one of the Paragons with a failed cover save, using the point of guts to change the cover save to a pass for the hard cover. So now the American infantry are moving forward here, and they're going to be firing with their rifles. They're going to be taking aim at the Volksgrenadier squad that is visible to them on the other side of the boardwalk. And they managed to take out one of the Volksgrenadiers on the other side. So Nachtjäger are activating here, and they are going to be running forward towards the center. Now they have 12-inch regular movement with flight or 18-inch with run, and they get their position for a future charge potentially on a later turn. So the other regular infantry squad is moving forward now, advancing, making their way towards the stairwell, and they're going to be firing through the trees at the Volksgrenadier squad with the pin. 12 rifle shots hitting on 5s. Forgetting that they were actually regular infantry needing forced to wounds, I missed a couple wounds here, but managing to take out a couple of the troops. Now medics doing their job and putting themselves right in between the 2 big infantry squads for some potential 6-up saves against weapons with no pen. And the American platoon commander now with his bodyguards with SMGs are advancing forward to give their morale boost and potentially use guts at a later turn. So the American half-track is activating now. Don't forget Roberta Wells is inside.
We ain't got all day. Come on. Put this thing in drive. Let's move it.
So half-track running forward with Roberta Wells inside and just getting line of sight for a shot in future turn. Roberta Wells then going down inside.
Load up that 50. Get ready to give him hell.
So now the Nachtjäger are activating and running forward towards the Paragons. They can't make the charge, obviously, as they didn't see them, but they can get ready for next turn. And the Volks Grenadiers on the roof are activating. They're going to be taking their rifles and they're going to be firing at the Paragons on the boardwalk.
There's the Americans! Gun them down! Fire!
But only resulting in some additional pins. So the Axis platoon commander is activating now and is running forward, placing himself for a morale bubble boost in the center of his troops.
Move it, damn it! We must not let them reach the rocket controls!
And the Paragons are activating now. They're just advancing forward. They are all equipped with assault rifles. So they're going to take aim and fire at the Volksgrenadier squads in front of them. Firing at the squad with the pin that's already been damaged and has lost some troops.
We got bogeys on our 12. Light them up!
But only managing some pins. And activating their rift dice to generate a point of guts and then put their dice back in the bag. So now Lil Peacock is activating now, advancing forward with his shock trooper bodyguards, and is going to be using his rift mastery to turning one of his dice to surging so they have hard to kill for the rest of the game, and firing their assault rifles at the Paragons, as well as using a point of guts to put the Volksgrenadiers dice right next to him back in the bag. But only resulting in a pin. And after using his guts to put the Volksgrenadiers dice back in the bag, they fire at the troops on the other side of the boardwalk. But don't manage to take any out. And with that, that is the end of turn 1. The American forces are making their way up on the platform towards the control panel, but the Axis forces are right behind them, with the Axis forces looking to stop them. And that's the end of turn 1, moving on to the start of turn 2. Start of turn 2 here, and the American forces are up first, with the Paragons now just staying put. They got to pass an order test. And they're going to run, moving towards the control panel and getting further away from the Nachtjägers that were clearly going to charge them.
Alright, Miss Wells, we secured the objective.
So now the Paragons underneath the boardwalk are activating on the ground level, and they are running forward and charging into the Volksgrenadier squad. Now the Volksgrenadier squad does get to shoot at them because they were outside 6 inches.
They're coming! Quick! Fire!
But needing 6s on the damage rolls. With the rifles, they actually managed to take out one of the Paragon here. But with the close combat weapons and the pen, the Paragons easily win the combat and end up taking out the entire Volksgrenadier squad. And after winning the combat, they get a consolidation move, moving their way closer up towards the stairs and the Nachtjägers. So now the half track is activating, getting to stay still here and just getting a fire order. They're going to be firing at Lil Peacock and his bodyguards.
Miss Wells, get on that 50!
Being able to reroll one of the hits due to the US Army rules. But with the hard to kill and the cover save, the Emu bodyguard is unscathed. So Roberta Wells activating now and dismounting, running out of the transport towards the stairs to make her way up the platform. And the Axis are up now with the Nachtjägers, and they're going to be running and charging into the Paragons. Being that the Paragon's already activated, they do not get to shoot. Activating their ability as well, the Nachtjägers will be able to fight first and resolve their combat before the Paragons.
Look out! From above!
Now getting 2 attacks each with +1 pen. They managed to take out one of the Paragons and end up winning the combat, with the lone Paragon fleeing off the board. So now the Knockdiggers on the stairs will be activated here, and they're going to be running, making their way up the platform, chasing the Paragons, trying to secure the objective. And the US infantry squad now is activating. They're going to be advancing underneath the tower here and taking aim at the Knockdigger squad.
What the hell are those things? Light them up, boys!
Moving to get as many troops within 6 inches, they're going to be firing their rifles, attempting to take out the beasts. Now being within 6 inches and moving, they need 3s with their rifles. Needing 6s to wound, they only manage a pin. So now the other US infantry squad is activating. They're going to be running and making their way as far up the stairs as they can, getting ready to reinforce the rest of the troops up by the objective. And the Volksgrenadier squad, now being somewhat weakened and having 3 pins, is activating, but with Lil Peacock close by, they are not scared at all, and they pass their order test, advancing forward, taking aim at the large infantry squad of US troops underneath the platform. They're going to be firing their LMGs and rifles. But having the medic close by, they actually end up saving one of the infantry from the LMG shots. And the medic now is running and making their way closer to reinforce the troops underneath the platform. American platoon commander is activating now, and he's going to be running, again moving, taking the place of his infantry squad that moved forward, providing that morale boost, and then using his guts to actually put the half-track dice back in the bag for that HMG with that +1 pen.
We're getting torn up out here. Get back on that 50. Send some lead down range, damn it.
And then the Americans now pulling their dice, using the HMG to just fire right next to their troops, just outside an inch, and shoot at the Knockdiggers. Actually managing to take one of them out with the +1 pen from the HMG. Now the Axis are up. They have 4 dice. They're the last dice in the bag, so they're going to be going here at the end of the turn. And the regular infantry squad up on the roof are going to be firing at the US infantry making their way up the stairs. Managing to take out one of the soldiers on the US side. And now the Axis platoon commander is going to be activating, running, going towards the stairs as well, and then using his point of guts to actually put the dice back in the bag from the Volksgrenadier squad that are near full strength. A Lil Peacock activating now, and he's going to be advancing forward with his emu bodyguards, and they're going to be taking their assault rifles and firing at the troops underneath the platform, right next to the Knockdigger.
Now is our time, brothers. Rise up, my emus. Gun them down. Show them our true power.
And then using a point of guts to actually put the Knockdigger's dice back in the bag so it can go and attempt to wipe out the big infantry blob underneath the platform. Now with the other Axis platoon commander putting the dice back in the bag for that Volksgrenadier squad, now they're going to be activating, firing at the American infantry blob right in front of them. Unfortunately, the medic this time is too overwhelmed, and they lose quite a lot of soldiers there. Now the Knockdigger pulling their dice out of the bag after Lil Peacock using his guts, and charging into the American troops here.
Yes, tear them to shreds.
But with one of the American troops getting a lucky strike with his gun butt, actually winning the combat and taking out the Knockdigger. And that is the end of turn 2 here. The American forces are surging up the platform towards the control panel, though there are some Axis forces that are looking to stop them. That's the end of turn 2. Moving on to the start of turn 3. Started turn 3 here, and the US forces are up first, with the infantry squad advancing up the stairs, and they're going to be taking all of the rifles and firing at the Noctiger, attempting to slow them down.
Keep moving, men. Those Paragons need our help.
The one soldier outside of 6 inches is going to be firing first. And with a lucky 6 managing to take out one of the Noctiger. Now, the Noctiger are activating here, and using their Rift die here, they're going to charge the Paragons after passing their order test, and get to attack first because the Paragons are in the open, and resolve their combat before the Paragons get to attack. Actually managing to take out one of the Paragon with the close combat attack. But the lone Paragon, out of spite, strikes down the Noctiger, securing the objective. So now the American troops underneath the platform here are going to be firing at the Volksgrenadier squad in front of them.
Quick, they're out in the open.
And manage to take out a few of the Volksgrenadiers with the rifles. And again, the half-track is staying still. It's got a great position here. It's going to be firing at Lil Peacock and his Emu bodyguards, using the +1 pen from the HMGs. Getting 2 successful hits, and 1 successful damage roll. And with a failed hard-to-kill roll from the surging die, the medic Emu bodyguard is taken out. So now the battered and bruised Volksgrenadier squad are going to be activating firing, being to pass an order test, but Lil Peacock providing that +4 morale bonus. They do. With a few failed medic saves, some of the troops are taken out. Now Roberta Wells is activating here, and she's just going to run and get right behind the stairs, making her way up the stairs right behind that American infantry squad up on the platform. Being within 12 inches and within line of sight of Lil Peacock, she uses her ability, before she even moves, to change his surging die to an inactive one, getting rid of his hard-to-kill.
It's going to take more than a couple birds to slow us down.
Now the American platoon commander squad is going to be firing with their SMGs after advancing at the Volksgrenadier squad.
We can't sit here all day. Wipe these guys out and let's move.
It manages to wipe the entire squad. In response, the Axis platoon commander is going to be ordering his troops to fire their SMGs back at the American platoon commander's squad. Between the SMGs and the pistols, managing to take out all of the troops with the SMGs, just leaving the American platoon commander left. Now the Axis squad on the rooftops are going to be activating here. They're going to take their rifles and fire at Roberta Wells. And being damage value 5, they get 2 successful damage rolls, and she uses her point of luck, so she doesn't get taken out. So now the Paragon squad that is up on the platform at the control panel is going to attempt to rally here and get rid of their pins. But unfortunately, being veteran, having 2 pins, they fail. And the medic squad is just moving forward, attempting to provide that bonus to the infantry squad underneath the platform. Now Little Peacock and his emu bodyguards are advancing forward. They're going to make their way up the stairs towards Roberta Wells, being equipped with assault rifles and one sniper rifle, which unfortunately they can't use the sniper ability. So they're going to be firing the 2 assault rifles, the rifle, and Little Peacock's special Luger pistol at Roberta Wells.
Yo, what up, cuz? You got beef or what? Why you messing with my surgeon die? Oh, Captain, I'm here to help. Why the hell are you talking like that, you stupid bird guy?
They successfully managed to take out Roberta Wells, but after using her point of guts and rolling a 6, she actually manages to survive. But Little Peacock using his last point of guts on his activation to put the Axis Platoon Commander's dice back in the bag. And with them activating within point blank range with their SMGs, they managed to take out Roberta Wells. And with that, that is the end of turn 2. And moving on to the start of turn 3. Little Peacock is making his way up the stairs and looking to get control of the access panel.
It's all going to plan.
Started turn 4 here and pulling the dice out of the bag, and even though Roberta Wells did her best to try and stop him, Little P rolls a surgeon die and gets his hard to kill back.
Ah, yes! Now, my emu brothers, we shall take what is ours.
The Little Peacock and his emu bodyguards are activating now, and they're going to advance forward, make their way up the stairs within point blank range, and fire all of their weapons at the American infantry squad right in front of them. Rolling their assault rifles first. And after firing with the rifle and the special Luger pistol, they managed to take out 3 of the troops. Now the Axis Platoon Commander is activating and advancing behind Little Peacock as well. They're going to get the line of sight on the troops up on the platform and fire at them as well. But some lucky cover saves just leads to a pin on the American troops. So now in response, the same American infantry squad are activating, and they're going to be firing at point blank range at the emu bodyguards and the Little Peacock right in front of them. And managing a 5 on the damage roll, even with the advanced body armor, manages to take out the sniper emu bodyguard with a failed hard to kill roll. American infantry are activating now. The 4 remaining troops of this 12-man squad are advancing forward, firing at the Axis Platoon Commander, but unfortunately missing. And the American medic squad are working their way, following right behind with that infantry squad, providing that medical bonus with that 6-up save, followed by the American platoon commander as well, attempting to flank Little Peacock. Now the Axis infantry on the roof are activating. They're going to be firing at the American infantry squad that's up on the platform. Managing to take one of them out. Now the half track is activating. It's going to get a run order here and get 2 pivots and make its way towards the stairs for some HMG shots the next turn at Little Peacock. Now attempting to rally after failing last turn, Paragon successfully manages to get rid of its pins. With that, that is the end of turn 4. Things move pretty quick here. We're moving on to the start of turn 5. Start of turn 5, Little Peacock is activating here, and they're going to run charging into the American infantry squad.
Go, my emu brothers! Tear them to shreds!
As the emus charge into the soldiers and start ripping them to shreds. Heinrich Gross having deadly 3, and the emu bodyguards with tough fighters and hard to kill. But the American troops actually managed 2 successful rolls here, failing a hard to kill, managing to take out the emu bodyguards, just leaving Little Peacock on the boardwalk for a potential 6 showdown later on against the Paragons. American infantry are activating here after passing their order test, are moving within point-blank range to the Axis platoon commander. They're going to be firing with their rifles.
We gotta take these guys out, damn it!
And taking out one of the Axis platoon commander's bodyguards. In response, the Axis platoon commander and his 2 troops here with the SMGs are advancing forward, making their way up behind Little Peacock, and they're going to be turning back around and firing at that American infantry squad. Managing to take out 2 of the troops and cause a morale check. And luckily, the Americans passed the morale test. So now the half track is firing at the Axis platoon commander up on the stairwell.
Light them up, damn it!
Getting 2 successful hits with the reroll army roll. With the hard cover, only managing to save one of the Axis troops. The Volksgrenadier squad on the roof with the rifles are going to be attempting to wipe out the American infantry squad in front of them. And after some successful damage rolls being out in the open, they managed to take them out. Now the Americans have 3 order dice left in the bag here. They're going to be activating with the American platoon commander advancing forward, taking aim at the Axis platoon commander, but missing. And the medic and his squad with the 1 rifleman taking aim, but missing as well.
Time to finish this.
The Paragon seen Little Peacock strut his way across the boardwalk towards him, takes aim with his assault rifle. Now one thing to note here is actually due to the advanced body armor rule, he should have actually missed. But either way, Little Peacock using his luck to survive the shooting. And with that, that is the end of turn 5. Moving on to the start of turn 6. Now half track's up first, getting a fire order, and it's going to be firing at the Axis platoon commander on the stairs.
Keep firing that 50!
And managing to take out the troop with the SMG attached to the Axis platoon commander. Now the American platoon commander is going to be activating, just firing at the Axis platoon commander using his pistol. And even being within point blank range, unfortunately, not managing to take him out. Now the Axis platoon commander is activating after dodging a pistol shot. He's going to be running up onto the bridge. Now with the new threat right in front of him, the Paragon is activating. Is going to be firing his assault rifle at the platoon commander right in front of him, generating a point of guts, and then putting his dice back in the bag. And unfortunately misses though with his assault rifle. Now the American medic squad is moving forward and turning around. The 1 rifleman takes a shot at the Axis troops up on the roof. After pulling his dice back out of the bag, the lone Paragon now, desperate, throws his assault rifle off the boardwalk and charges straight into Little Peacock. Little Peacock getting a shot with his Luger pistol though as the Paragon runs at him. The special Schwarlitz Luger pistol getting +1 pen. With a successful damage roll and a failed guts roll attempting to save the Paragon, falls off the boardwalk. You fool. Little Peacock activating now, and he's just going to run and work his way up towards the command console, securing the objective for the Axis.
Yes, it's all coming together now.
And the Axis troops up on the rooftop here, they're going to take aim at the medic squad with their rifles. But the medic doing his job, and he manages to save his rifleman with ease. With just a couple units left on the board, that is the end of turn 6, and we're moving on to the start of turn 7. The Axis infantry activating here, the full infantry squad on the rooftops here, they're going to be firing using their rifles. They're going to be firing at the American platoon commander right in front of them. And the medic managing to save one of the wounds. Unfortunately, the American platoon commander is taken out.
Look, we may not be able to win this, but let's get some info and get the hell out of here.
And with the medics running up the board here, attempting to stop Little Peacock at any cost, the Axis platoon commander is going to take some shots at him.
You fools!
And after missing, Little Peacock now is advancing forward using his Schwarlitz pistol.
Little Peacock got his gap back, bitch.
And manages to take out the rifleman for the medic. Getting all the information he needs, the medic now runs down the stairs, hops into the half track, tells the driver to get the hell out of Dodge, tell the folks back at HQ the threat that they saw today, and what sort of power the Axis now has.
Put this thing in reverse and let's get the hell out of here. I don't know what the hell that guy was on, but I could see the look in his eyes. He's a freak. The commander needs to know what's going on down here. Move it.
Well, there we go. This game was a nail biter. It was a fun one. And it was a pretty interactive game for 750 point lists. But unfortunately, Rev couldn't make it, so I ended up setting this up, and it was a good introduction to our new army list.
Un Oberschon früher, Little Peacock. The rocket is now ours.
Hell yeah, cuz.
We shall have the men prepared for the launch soon.
Then let us make haste.
Our plans are coming together, sir.
Very good, Captain. You and your men will be rewarded highly. With my emu egg genetics and your occult research, perhaps we shall take over this land, so it could be as powerful as it truly can be. So this is my second Axis army. It ended up coming to fruition after a live stream, after showing a video to chat and figuring out that Little Peacock wasn't banished to the Shadow Realm. He actually ended up in the Rift. Now I may need to do a whole nother video one day explaining the lore behind Little Peacock. If you haven't, you should check out our live streams. Perhaps you can get a little bit more info if you stop by. I think we're going to have to make a video in the future explaining the history behind all of this, because it goes pretty deep and it's quite complex. Well, anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this battle report here. It was a lot of fun setting up the minis in the backyard, playing around in the snow for a little bit. This is my first game playing solo, and essentially after playing some other tabletop games solo using like an AI rules pseudo, if you will, to control the US forces. But it was a lot of fun, and as usual, anytime I get to debut a new army on the channel, it's always going to be a good time. Well, my name is Mike from Mike Rolls Dice. Thank you again to our members here on the channel, and everyone who's new here, who's been watching. The support means a lot. I couldn't do it without you folks. We have tons of new Konflikt content planned for the channel, as well as some other games here in the near future. So if you're new, feel free to subscribe, as we try to put out a battle report every week. Well, again, my name is Mike from Mike Rolls Dice. Till next time, we'll see ya. And as always, keep rolling high on those dice.
Incoming transmission from Little Peacock.
Yeah. This goes out to all my Albie whores out there. Hit me up. Slide into them DMs on Instagram. You be at work locking in at your job like a jerk. Yeah, I be on the rocks with the bent rod, blind casting all day. No, we don't stop flexing on y'all, crushing cores from the rocks. 10-weight bent to the butt, spot burning all day. No, we don't give a what. Got 20 rods all loaded up in the back of the truck, cooler full of Coors Light, blunts full of indica. I see your Instagram post saying that the fishing was lit. That's a cute 5-pound fish. Only fuck with the double digit, bro. Yeah, you know I'm the shit. Strip. That's a cute 5-pound fish. Only fuck with the double digit, bro. Yeah, you know I'm the shit. Strip. Eat at the tip. Slim and cores on the back. Yeah, you know we got that. Albie crack, Albie horse, surf candies, all that. Always making stacks. Slim and cores on the back. Yeah, you know we got that. Albie crack, Albie horse, surf candies, all that. Always making stacks. I'm over here breaking records. This shit is so reckless. My flight time perfected was to be expected. Slamming cores, this shit is so hectic. Selling flies in my forte. Hope you're feeling sporty. If you in my fish spot, you morte. To all my ladies feeling horny. I see your Instagram post claiming that the fishing was lit. That's a cute 5-pound fish. Only fuck with the double digits, bro. Yeah, you know I'm the shit. Strip. That's a cute 5-pound fish. I only fuck with the double digits, bro. Yeah, you know I'm the shit. Strip. Eat at the tip. Slamming cores on the back. Yeah, you know we got that. Albie crack, Albie horse, surf candies, all that. Always making stacks. Slamming cores on the back. Yeah, you know we got that. Albie crack, Albie horse, surf candies, all that. Always making stacks. What? Always making stacks. Slamming cores on the Albie crack.